Hello, dog, 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 dog. Today is 25th of September 2020, which falls on the new moon. As you know, new moon is Buddha Shakyamuni's day, and full moon is Buddha Amitabha's day. Half moon is Buddha Medicine Buddha's day. And then, so today is new moon, which falls 25th of what? September 2020. So these are the days. It's so wonderful if you could remember, do some virtuous actions, try to avoid like unwholesome actions for the well-being of all our beloved mothers. Now, when I talk about beloved mothers, I mean all sentient beings, regardless what kind of form they have, human beings, animals, insects. Of course, animals is insects, animal species, but all living beings. Why? All living beings, regardless of size, regardless of form, when they are sentient beings, they all care to live. They do not want to suffer. Each and every sentient beings wish to be happy and do not want to suffer. That's for sure. So, for the well-being of all our mother sentient beings, we will celebrate the Buddha Shakyamuni's day. In general, we talk about that the 3 days. Medicine Buddha is a really important day to pray so that it is all the troubles, illness, epidemics, this would subside or will stop, come to cease or reduce. This is because of our confusion, because of our ignorance. We're not aware, and we try to engage in all kind of actions that produces what? Epidemics or sickness. No, it's sickness. Medicine Buddha is for the sickness, and of course it has epidemics as well. Then we would celebrate the day which is a full moon, which is Buddha Amitabha's day. We pray and supplicate so that all the troubles in this world, whatever we encounter, would subside, and then, like because of desire, we engage in all sorts of actions, then that produces all kinds of sufferings. So we celebrate the full moon especially when there is like a shortage of things because of a desire, as it produces all kind of troubles of shortage, all sorts of shortage things, sufferings. And likewise we would celebrate Buddha Shakyamuni's day, where there are so many conflicts of war and all sorts of things because of our anger, aversion produces all kind of sufferings, war, conflicts. So it's so important we would think of Buddha Shakyamuni and pray and try to really do our best to avoid, of course, as often as possible, if it's possible, always negative actions by body, speech and mind, but especially on the new moon, where there's no moon in the space, it's dark. That day it's really important. It reminds us to really careful and cautious, to not engage in any negative actions by body, speech, mind, because in deep down we do not want to suffer. So therefore we should eliminate cause of all these troubles for ourselves and all sentient beings. And then not only that, if we could invoke the Buddhas and supplicate the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to help us, as well as all our mother sentient beings, it is really important. So we will call upon the Buddha Shakyamuni, who is Buddha Shakyamuni is our Buddha of our time, and through his kindness we have access to the sublime teachings, means for us to free. So it is, as you know, it is important that we should engage in virtuous actions on the basis of poor boundless. What is poor boundless? Limitless, boundless, limitless loving kindness. It need to be brought in level of unconditional love toward all sentient beings. And likewise, when we try to cultivate love, naturally it says that it helps us to cease all kind of troubles. And likewise, it is important to do anything what we could do, virtuous actions on the basis of compassion. Compassion would help us to overcome aversion or anger. And also, it is important we should try to do everything what we can. Virtuous actions such as joy, rejoicing, happiness for others instead of jealousy. Moment jealousy crosses the mind, it's important for us to be noticed and try to transmute into really joy, that we are jealous when you cannot stand happiness and peace for others. So this is no point. We are not looking for suffering. So therefore we should try to really notice, and instantly we should try to rejoice the happiness of others instead of jealousy. But this, like love, compassion, joy, and impartiality, all this should be really impartial. Our love toward others should be impartial toward everyone, friends or enemies, human beings and non-human beings. Likewise, our compassion, instead of anger, conflicts, aggression, we should try to have compassion, wishing everyone would be free from suffering and its cause. That's what we would call compassion. And instead of jealousy, rejoice happiness for others. And instead of the partial, try to bring this impartial to everyone. Our love, our compassion, joy should be brought into level of impartiality. Then this also should be brought in a sense of great verbal, physical, mental generosity, ready to help others, ready to do something worthwhile to others. And also it needs to be brought into discipline. And especially one should be able to tolerate whatever situation we encounter. We should try to develop patience and tolerance. And that should be constant. And try to develop joy in whatever we could do. When we talk about diligence, it's some sense of joy that we engage. We feel, we cultivate kind of honor that we could do something for others. Then that needs to focus. Not in the state of a mind that is distracted, but focus, concentrated. That needs to be brought in the level of wisdom. Not having a sense of clinging to subject-object action. So, thinking of the enlightened ones, for the sake of all sentient beings, that we should try to call upon Buddha. Even we could call upon the Buddha with the love, compassion, joy, impartiality. Even once has so much virtue. It will protect us for all the troubles. It will bring capacity, skillful means, strength, and inspiration, and transcendental wisdoms. So therefore, we should really, in a state of mind that is completely free for the well-being of all sentient beings, we should try to call upon Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni is like a Dharani. There are so many, but one of the most common thing is Te Yatha Om Muni Muni Maha Munaye So. Te Yatha Om Muni Muni Maha Munaye So. Te Yatha Om Muni Muni Maha Munaye So. 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 When Buddha, most compassionate, kind teacher, about to enter into peri-nirvana or passed away, he mentions that he would re-manifest as Guru Padmasambhava. It is predicted in the sutras clearly that he would re-manifest that in 8 years. meaning 10 minus 2, that means 8 years, that he would remanifest as a manifestation of all the Buddhas, especially Buddha Amitabha, and no other than Buddha Shakyamuni himself. So then Buddha Amitabha manifested as a Buddha of great compassion. Buddha of great compassion manifests as Padmasambhava. So Guru Padmasambhava is no other than Buddha Shakyamuni. So we should really call upon Padmasambhava in this degenerate age, the Buddha of our time. So Om Bajrang Guru Padma Deo Om Bajrang Guru Padma Deo Om Bajrang Guru Padma Deo. When we call upon the enlightened ones, we should really call upon with our minds filled with love, compassion, joy, and partiality. We should really call upon them wholeheartedly. For what? For the freedom of all our beloved Mother Sentient Beings. We should really call upon the depth of our heart so that all sentient beings find peace, harmony, freedom. All the conflicts come to end. Even we just for 1 second try to generate love, compassion, joy, and impartiality, it is possible we can make a change. Let's call upon Buddha of infinite compassion, Lord of great compassion, or Avalokiteshvara. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let's call upon Buddha of infinite light, Buddha Amitabha. Om Ami Devare. Om Ami Devare. Om Ami Devare. Now let's call upon Buddha of infinite life, Buddha Amitayu, who grants us the blessings to remove all kind of hindrances of our life. Om Marani Jivande So Om Marani Jivande So Om Marani Omarani Jevandeyeso Omamarani Jevandeyeso. Now let's call upon Buddha wisdom, another word, Manjushri, because we need to find solution in such a way that we find a right way of deciding, knowing all that. Buddha wisdom is so important. Omarapajanadi Omarapajanadi Omarapajanadi. Now let's call upon Mother Tara, who protects us, who guides us. Wholeheartedly, let's supplicate to Mother Tara for everyone, every living beings. Just even for one instant, please, let's really call upon Mother Tara for each and every sentient being's happiness throughout the entire existence. Dare de dare dore so dare de dare dore so dare de dare dore so dare de dare dore so. Now let's call upon Buddha of medicine, because so many people suffering from illness. Yadam beganze beganze ma beganze beganze raja samudgate so. Yadam beganze beganze ma beganze raja samudgate so. Yadam beganze beganze ma beganze Raja Samudgate so. So please try to do whatever we can do, even to share if we have something like food, cloth, shelter, whatever we can do to help others. It's helping others and helping oneself. There are so many of our beloved friends and families who have kind of difficulties. So if we are in position, please try to do what you can to help others. Help everyone. Helping others is helping oneself. And please try to avoid during these days, like auspicious days, precious days of the Buddhas, if it's possible, for your own health and happiness, to be like not consuming any forms of life and meat. And try to be vegan, which is so simple, so easy. We can manage. And by becoming vegan, it definitely helps us to be able to protect lives, so much lives. And protecting life is really bringing peace, harmony, and happiness, and really reduce the sufferings of our mothers. This is my humble request on behalf of everyone who is suffering. Thank you so much for your kindness listening to the appeal and supplication request to bring peace in the world to every mother sentient beings. Om ye dharma e tu prabhava e tu tekin tathagato hayawa te tekin chayo nirodha evam vati mahashama na ye soha.